Say No More is one of those rare games that can communicate its entire appeal in 2 seconds. Faced with an unreasonable request, your playable character simply shouts, "No."
Jam the printer. No! Did you make my coffee? No! What? Why must you laugh at me? No! I need soda. No! Did you see my new lunchbox? Why are you laughing? You make me nervous, intern. Stop it. I'm supposed to be laughing. Excuse me?
But this isn't a regular no, it's one that causes shockwaves that shatter glass and fling your colleague across the hall. What a wonderful idea for a game, saying no to people who deserve it. It's a simulator for that most fantastical of scenarios, to turn down requests without fear of harming someone's feelings. But I've got to admit, nearly 2 years since the game's original announcement, and with its launch day looming, I had some concerns as to how Say No More could possibly expand its concept out to the length of an entire game. Yes, I craved the catharsis of rejecting someone so viciously that I threw them through a big door, but what happens after the 5th, the 10th, the 100th no? What could this game possibly be about? It's a question I imagine many of you who've clicked onto this review will have, and if you're worried that Say No More is simply a single gimmick with a price tag attached to it, no, it's far more than it initially seems. Well, sort of. You do just say no a lot. You start by selecting an avatar for yourself, either choosing from a list of pre-made people or using the game's simple tools to create an approximation of yourself. This is me. I think the resemblance is uncanny. It's your first day as an intern for a huge company, and guess what? It's shit. Your desk is next to the toilet, and your supervisor has stolen your lunchbox. Unable to call your boss a dick, you accidentally stumble across a tape that grants you the power to say a word so forbidden, it's alluded to being illegal to even say it out loud. That word, of course, is no. Imbued with the confidence given to you by the tape, you're unstoppable. Fax these documents? No. Get me a coffee? No. Come to my party? No. Say No More structurally resembles, I guess, a classic arcade shooter. You have no control over your character. All you need to do is press one button to express your disapproval as your avatar automatically charges along a fixed path. Colleagues ask you to do stuff, you tell them to get fucked. That's the whole game. Well, it can be the whole game. You could blast through it by hammering the no button constantly, but where's the fun in that? It's better to let them speak a little, wait for an opening before slapping them with a wet, juicy no that makes them feel small and terrible about themselves. It's a timing simulator, and it gives you plenty of tools to make yourself laugh. For starters, you can choose what language you want to say no in. English? Great, but what about German, Korean, Chinese, Gaelic? As you progress, you also unlock different ways of saying no. A heated no for an angry response. A cold no to really let them know how little you want to do something. An apathetic nah that is wonderful and made me laugh every time I used it. A goofy, sin-son no that adds a lovely bit of whimsy to your crusade of no-ness. Still, is that really enough? What if someone is making a proper unreasonable request and you really want to make them feel awful? Well, tilting the left stick lets you choose from 4 reactions that you can use as an entree before serving up your main course of nasi goreng. You can laugh, which is really funny because god, what an uncomfortable thing to do to someone. You can slow clap, again, a dick move, but great fun. You can nod, like you're about to agree, luring them into a false sense of security before you move in for the kill, and you can act all interested before absolutely decimating them in a single blow. It's fun. Other than sometimes requiring you to charge up your no to give it more power, there's no real depth to be found in the gameplay itself. It's all up to you to make your character as brutal as possible. If you can make yourself laugh, then that's kind of the whole point. You don't even have to say no, and in some instances you can build people up by hearing them out instead. The game's campaign takes about 2 hours to finish, and charts your playable intern's journey to facing off against the company's CEO, saying no all the way to the top. It's all very light-hearted and silly, full of fun jokes and dumb set pieces. Presented in a chunky polygonal style, everyone bounces and snaps around like their characters in the Lego movie. I've played a lot of games that emulate PlayStation 1 era visuals, but this is the first one that uses its limitations for comedic effect. And it works, and its overall sense of humour appealed to me a lot. Now, it may not be everyone's cup of tea. Its voice acting is purposefully silly, but I can see it grating on people who may find things like Adventure Time or Frog Detective irritatingly twee. I don't. I love those games. I found it very funny. Its narrative has some comedic twists and turns, as you no doubt expect, but I was surprised to see it touch on a lot of important topics revolving around capitalism, workers' rights, and the concept of office work in general as well. The game frequently raises questions about unions, healthy working hours, and fair wages. Watching it enforce its message of it's okay to say no to things that make you uncomfortable, can bring you harm, or requests you find unreasonable, alongside commentary about CEOs and billionaires, kind of made the whole game click for me in a way I didn't expect it to when I first started playing.
That's why I wouldn't call it union. I say it's more of a Terpartian. Oh, good timing! Everyone, this is Intern who will tell you more about the topic. Later!
We only have Terpartian representatives? Which, according to the staff list, are the bosses and security staff?
Nah.
Oh, great news!
And we have to give the Terpartian money? Even though it's not the same thing as a union? We don't? But the president said, real unions only want our money.
No!
And the president is wrong?
Can the president actually prevent us from starting a union?
No!
Let's start a union!
Oh, that's what the president wanted. Got it.
Although at first glance, Say No More may seem to be little more than a gimmicky meme game, it's actually kind of not that at all. It's a timely and important critique of late-stage capitalism that feels very in touch with its intended audience. It's a self-help simulator for the downtrodden drones of the modern era, less of a call to arms recruitment tool for the revolution, more a gentle reminder that it's okay to look after yourself every once in a while, and hey, work doesn't have to be your entire life. It's nice, and its final 30 minutes contain a couple of moments that genuinely moved me. So is Say No More worth buying? Well, to go against the core message of the game, I'm afraid to say yes, I think it is. It's a fun 2-hour caper with a great sense of humour, a cathartic central mechanic, and a narrative with a surprising amount of depth. Yes, I'm going to recommend this. Say No More is a fun little surprise that I very much enjoyed. Hey, thank you very much for watching this review. If you enjoyed this review, please do consider giving this video a like, and if you would like to see more reviews of tiny little indie games that I think are worth playing, please head over to the channel and subscribe. It really helps me out. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all keeping safe. I upload new videos to this channel pretty much every Sunday, even though this has gone up on a Friday. So not every Sunday, but anyway, I'm going to go now. Bye!